We in? Luke? What are you looking?
I'm looking at my knees.
Stop looking at your knees.
Sorry. Right, I'm going to lean on you.
Alright, everyone. We've got a very special limited edition interview we've got today. With
One of a kind.
One of a kind, you're right. We've got a double winning manager ahead who's local to the Barry area. May you introduce yourself, please, sir?
Adam Hewings, manager of Bytown United Ladies Football Club.
So, we're going to have a little ramble about women's football in the area. And we want to start off because these caps behind us.
Like buses.
Right.
Like buses.
They've had a hell of a season. We just wanted to show support on that and just admiration, because I think it's nothing but a great thing for the local area.
I'm just going to do this.
Can you
Just do that.
give us
Like
a
a
twirl?
game show. Like a game show.
Yeah.
You're the host.
Yeah, so talk us through this double winning season of yours, mate.
Okay, so the players set targets at the start of the season. Our ladies section of our club, because we're quite a big club, we've got sort of 13 junior sides going at the minute, from under sevens all the way up to ladies, and then also we've got a development ladies side and a first team. And the ladies senior section had never reached the cup final before. So the players set targets at the start of the season that they wanted to get to those cup finals. They wanted to be the very first senior ladies team to reach a cup final. So that's what we set out to do. We wanted to win the league as well, because in our division we're tier 2 in Wales. So it means only the top club, the team that's won the division, gets promoted to the Welsh Premier League. It looks like we've just missed out on that today. So Britain Ferry, congratulations to them. They've just picked us to the post, if you will. They've just taken the title today, and congratulations on their good side. So we've lost out on that just about today. But yeah, we've
How important is that mentality to set goals for you to try and achieve at the beginning of the season? Like you said, like you all had a chat and
Was that pushed
discussed.
by like you and the coaching staff, or were the players very eager to just do it off their own backs and
Because that doesn't usually happen. You just see what happens usually in football setups, and no one's got any sort of direction. They don't want to play it, and then it comes together.
Yeah.
But to actually decide, right, that's what I want, and that's what we need to do. So every cup game, that's the plan. You stick to it.
Yes.
Psychologically, how important was it?
We expect a lot of the players. We expect a lot of ourselves as well. But it's tough when you set goals, because I think once the season might start looking like that's not going to happen, I think the wheels on the bus can start falling off. So it's tough. But they were excited more than anything. You know, they were eager. Like last season, it was my first year in the club. We came in just after the season started, and we sort of just took over, and we were trying to figure out the squad and see how we were going to play and where we were going to go and what the club wanted. So yeah, the players were brave really in choosing that, but at the same time they were excited. They wanted to be the first Bytown ladies senior team to reach a cup final. So a bit of bravery, but I think they were quite excited to do that as well. So I think that's quite good.
Which cup means more to you?
The two we won.
Yeah.
Which one?
At the start of the season,
Yeah.
I would have said the South Wales FA Cup, because that's quite a big deal. But in the manner in which maybe we won the Welsh Women's League Cup, and also now the teams we've beaten, what it stands for, I think if you give it 5 years from now, that's going to be a big trophy to win, because we've beat every team in tier 2 to get that. So, you know, there's teams like Britain Ferry in there, Aberystwyth Town, Pen y Bont, Cascade have had a great season. They obviously evolved, we beat them in the quarterfinals. So in the manner in which we won it, I think the best trophy this season, not just because of the sheer size of it, but the Welsh Women's League Cup was I think the nicest thing.
We didn't ask him to bring these either. We didn't. he just carries them around.
That
has them in the boot.
that text this afternoon, don't bother turning up unless you're bringing the trophies.
No.
What was the hardest game that you played this year when you thought, oh, it's not going our way?
That would be the Britain Ferry final.
The final, 2-1. Yeah.
Both those finals,
2-1,
honestly, they aged me. I've told you this.
Yeah.
They aged me. Just waiting. Like you didn't win them easy, did you? You didn't.
Talk us through the Britain Ferry.
Okay, so Britain Ferry, we went into the game as underdogs. we'd just been beaten at their place 3-2 in the league, and it was a game we were comfortably 1-0 up at half time with. We were looking good in that game, we eventually lost. But we went 1-0 up again, so on about 20 minutes. Good work from our left winger, Naomi Coulson. She worked so hard to get that ball. She just picked the keeper to it, rounded and put it in, which was a great goal. And we went 1-0 up, and we sort of looked okay. Went in at half time, same as we've done previous weeks, and we said how they're going to come out firing. And I've got to be honest, for the next 45 minutes, we really touched the ball in their half. They pinned us back. Bearing in mind, they're a team that have just been relegated from the Welsh Premier League the season before, and they got relegated with the most points the team has ever been relegated with. They're a good side, you know, they got real good players there, and the management staff are fantastic as well. Then they pinned us in, you know, and they eventually took its toll. Their right back scored a great goal, really good finish on the edge of the box in the bottom corner. It was really good, and we were sort of breathing a sigh of relief. We cleared one off the line as well in about 85 minutes. We were hanging in on for that 90, that last 45 of that 90. We were really hanging in, and it didn't look like it was going to go really our way if you were just a neutral watching the game. Some stuff, extra time back in, obviously.
Yeah, that's full on.
I can't even imagine what that would be like to watch, knowing that you're in the final, and knowing you sat there just thinking, oh come on, just hold out. Did you at that point think
the one off the line? You must have just been.
Yeah, that would have
There's rumours half the ball was over that line. If we're talking VAR there, I don't know where would have gone, but you know, we've made the clearance, we've made a great block, so it pushes into extra time, which is really nice.
How was extra time? Did they carry on pinning you back at the start of extra time?
For the first 15, we decided to see how the game was going to go, because we were going back downhill. The pitch at Pennapont's on a bit of a slant, even though it's 3G, it's a bit of a tilt on it. So first half we were playing downhill again, so we said, right, we'll keep it as it is. We'll sort of not hope for the best, but we'll go with what we do. We're not doing anything wrong, so we'll try and get through it. 0-0 half time. We decided to change the shape a little bit. We left the wingers out. We were with a sweeper, a back four, a single pivot, a 2 in midfield, and a 10 and a 9. And we just said, let's see what we can do with the front two. And if we can't score with them two up there, then maybe it's looking like we've got to hold on for pens because we're not looking like the best team in the world. But credit to the girls. When we talk bodies on the line, they were amazing. You look at the Huddersfield clip the other week where they were trying to stay in the Premier League, and I tell you, it looked exactly the same.
It's that team mentality.
It was, but they just did not want to lose. You know, we got some old heads in there, we got some young girls, and they gave everything. And Amelia, one of the young girls, we just brought her from the development side, making a big start in this game. She's playing well. She won the ball back in midfield, played an absolute beautiful ball through for one of our strikers, Adam Hewings, who had a long season injury. She's just coming back really, and the finish was phenomenal. You know, she took one touch on her right foot, straight over the keeper.
How old's Amelia?
Amelia, she's just turned 17, I think.
Oh, that's
16.
amazing to see that.
She's 16 years old.
Yeah. Just to see the ranks coming through.
Yeah.
When everyone is in that mindset and everyone is working their ass off for each other, is that when the biggest measure of success as a manager?
Absolutely. Listen, you can have the best players in the world. You know, and there's some famous players out there. You know, you look at people like maybe Balotelli and other guys, and you just look at them and think, you know, they've got bags of talent, but if it's not doing the job for you, they're not singing from the same hymn sheet.
Because we discuss this all the time. It's a case of when Luke sometimes says, "I just need like 3 or 4 different players," and I'm under the impression that you get them, you bring the most out of the players that you've got, and understand that it needs to be high quality players, but it's not just, you can't be a continual, I just need to get two players in and then I'll be complete, because you just don't know what will happen, so you have to make do. But it's getting that mentality in place and getting people fired up for a game is so important. It takes so much time, and it should be draining, you know. Yeah,
there's, you know, we have some players, you know, you'll know from being football for yourself, some people are better trainers than others, some people come alive in games, and even the players, sometimes they go, oh, I'm not going to get that from them. They were given it, you know, and you can see how much they wanted it. It means everything sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, to get those 2 cup wins, it was fantastic. You know, when it's sort of in your grasp, they wanted to go.
And everyone's fired up. Everyone's so motivated, keeping them focused.
Yeah. As well as keeping cool and being in the right shape and doing the right things. You know, because that's important as well.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. It goes hand in hand.
They were
training properly.
There's a difference in there as well with like going back to having, you know, that team mentality, and it's the sum being greater than its parts. In, you know, like being a coach's coach, if you will, like they've got it at Napoli now, where it's they board. There's not a lot of money compared to say you know Juventus Juventus or Inter or AC. And at Napoli, they're competing and they're beating Inter and Milan and the bigger sides, except Juventus, who are just on their own. And that's all based on the fact that the owners have said, well, this is what you've got. And he's said, well, that's fine, I'll just work with what I got.
Yeah, there's a great example of Chelsea ladies this season. They've not got as much money as what Man City are spending on wages players. For them to have succeeded the way they've done this season is
to do the double Chelsea ladies is just
absolutely, they've done brilliant.
Brilliant.
What's the local support like in the area? How many people were witness to you through both?
Yeah, Penapon, they sort of got one stand, and that was sort of, I'd say, half full, but they built a barrier that was right on the pitch, and pretty much on both sides of that it was pretty busy. So I'd say there was enough people there. It was good.
Do you feel the community growing like online with the presence and people more active through Twitter and anything else, or Instagram, or?
Because women's football doesn't see I can't remember it being bigger than it is now.
It's definitely the fastest growing sport in the UK for sure.
Yeah.
I think. And, no, it's good. There's more professional sides going up. You've got teams like Yeovil are doing well. They've just gone up to the Women's Super League, and they're really hanging on in there. They're doing a good job. And it's just teams like that to aspire to. You look, Cardiff Meta are leading the way with Swansea. Them two clubs are doing really well. But if there's a model club in terms of a senior side, King Coit are brilliant. They've been in the Welsh Premier League for a few years now, and they started off, just as a normal team does, just starting off and hope, to go and progress. Yeah. And they've won their first trophy this year. They won the League Cup within the Welsh Premier League. So they've done well, and they've sort of their highest finish. Been good.
So we're sort of bedding in an ethos in the local area to get support of that's the model that you're working with. To have it at this level with this achievement, it should be highlighted, and there hopefully should be more kids willing to
well, we've got at Barrytown as a whole within the club. There's a fantastic support for our section. The manager Gavin Chesterfield and everything they do. There's people like Mike Cosler, David Cole. They're supporting us massively. There's a brilliant support network there. We have coaches meetings and all the players interact with each other. It's not like this is the men's side, this is the ladies' side, this is the Panthers ability side. Everyone's in it together, and for us to have 13 junior sides and 2 ladies' sides, as a female side of or section of the club, is massive, and they support us.
It's huge, isn't it? Because again, it almost, and I don't want this to sound patronising, but you almost wouldn't think, like when you think Barrytown, you wouldn't think the ladies' side was that big.
We've got
all those age groups.
Yeah, well, we started out as Vale Girls, and the chairman Luke Williams and the secretary Gino, they started off, and they've worked tirelessly. They've gone into the schools and done sort of work there. Mm-hmm. They've worked tirelessly for about, I'd say, 4 or 5 years now, and it's really paying. And you can see they've built the ladies' side from sort of the lower end up. They started off with the young girls and moved into the ladies. So the ladies section, the last sort of to succeed in that sort of transition. But the junior sides, they've won everything for years. They're phenomenal. The 16s have just won the FAW Cup. That was a massive achievement for us as a club. That's the biggest cup you can win as a junior section. They've just won the league as well. The 15s have done the treble again. They're coached by Dave Buff, and they're doing brilliant.
And is there a clear progression? So now, say the 15s, will they then just immediately roll over into the next one, and then can you have players from the under 16s in yours?
Well, that's the idea. We want everyone to be able to progress each year. Yeah. So this year we've played, I think, 6 16-year-old players that have come from under 16s to development to ladies, and if you want to be at a club where you can progress properly, and your aspiration is to become the best footballer you can be, maybe we'll go on. We've got 2 ex-players for us now. One more recently, Grace Harrell. She's just gone from playing for us to being a 15-year-old girl and playing for King Coit, because you can play at 15 years old in the Welsh Premier League. And she's obviously, been in the Welsh camps now for a while. She's very close to making a debut for Wales. She's been on the bench for a couple of games. Actually, the game I think you guys might have come to. Down at the City Stadium,
that was a great game. I really enjoyed it.
She was on the bench for that.
Where I met my new goalkeeping hero.
Great game.
Had a great game.
So we're the club to be at if you want to progress properly.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant, and it's with obviously now with Cardiff City getting promoted, we're now going to suddenly find out that there's about 500,000 to 1 million more Cardiff City fans than we first realised that there were.
As is the way.
As is the way. that sure. I wonder if there'll be any. Will you notice, more people getting into football as a whole? Which, as in when Wales we did so well in the Euros.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many football fans in my
Yeah,
life. They're all
yeah,
gone back to rugby now.
Listen, it's a good thing because if you inspire people in that way, you do something right.
It's brilliant. It's the right way of doing it.
So, yeah, I think it's a progressive thing. But how else would you let people, like kids, know how to get into playing football, like at base level with Barrytown ladies?
Yeah, so we try and do things on social media so it's known out there. If you Google us as a team from Fairview Norman, we'll come up in your search engine. It's there. Our website's pretty good. It gets managed very, very regular, so all the details are on there. We'd love as many players to come and join us. And under sevens and under eights, we've got, we're well into double figures. There's sort of 15
So
plus
the
players already.
beginning of this season coming, pre-season, how can kids find you in order to would they come for a trial? Would they come to training?
In terms of juniors or seniors?
Seniors.
So seniors, it's a well networked group now in football. So I think players who are playing at the minute would know who we are. They just have to search. By the time ladies
that helps.
Yeah, I mean that helps.
Yeah, it's
you
not.
just walk around the streets just holding them.
You would as well.
I'd sleep with them.
Yeah, no, we can. The advertisements there for sure. But
And they know when the trials are.
yeah, so this year what we'd like to do, we have done trials in the past. What we're looking to do now is a 5-day open training session plan. So I say anyone could be invited. For the first team, it'd be more like you'd have to have a little bit of a football CV now. You'd have to, you wouldn't come into our first team setup if you'd have no football experience whatsoever. But that's why we have a development side. So you start training the development side, and if we think, hey, this player should be training.
So maybe even playing late starters or if they
definitely,
or just get back into
That's
it.
good. That's good in itself because one of my bugbears with football is the late starter. There's quite a few notable cases of players that have come in a bit older than is the norm.
Yeah.
And they've been world beaters.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should say that. In our first cup final against Penabont, our winning goal scorer, Charlie Green, she does a lot of the Welsh setup in terms of coaching on the ladies front. But she hadn't played football for a fair few years. And she came back to start with us in the summer, just gone. And now she scored the sort of winning goal in the cup final. It just shows that even if you've had a big breakout for whatever reason that might be, if you work hard enough, you can definitely get yourself back in there.
It's one thing that I've read a lot on, actually, because Brentford actually did it themselves. Brentford got rid of their under 21s and their under 19s and just scrapped it. And then what they did, they set up a development squad in essence. It's called something different at Brentford. But it's cherry picking all the people who got released from Chelsea, Arsenal, and so on, and West Ham, all the London clubs basically. And they got released and then suddenly they're 22 and then what do I do now? Brentford was like, we'll have you. And a lot of those players are now playing Championship week in, week out.
Super.
In terms of commitment to be a player, how many times a week is training? Is it twice a week?
Yeah, so we train twice a week and then obviously play on the weekend. But when the fixtures get a bit boggy because of the weather, maybe twice a week goes out the window because you're playing football. Official games twice a week. But yeah, train twice a week. When you join our club, you get a full gym membership included with that as well. So yeah, you get gym membership. You're expected to train twice a week. If you don't, you obviously usually fall a little bit more by the way. So yeah, train twice a week for sure.
Where do they get the gym membership?
They're not giving you advertisement. Absolutely not.
That's cool. So the players are well supported in the role.
Definitely, I don't think when you come to our club, you pay a sign-on fee. You pay a monthly fee, which is actually compared to other clubs who play in lower divisions than us, is really cheap. And they get a full training kit, which is 6-piece training kit. Yeah, gym membership, train twice with all your match fees are included. You get summer tournaments, away games. Yeah, everything's pretty much in the bag for that.
It's incredible, isn't it? Looking ahead, really, based on where do you go? Yeah, just then. Yeah. Where do you go from there? What's the aim for next season?
So because we're still going to be in the Welsh Women's League, which is Tier 2 next season now, We'll still be able to compete for both of them. So obviously, yeah, hanging on to them would be great. There's the other cup that's involved in that sort of setup with the South Wales and Women's Girls League that we'll be able to compete for, but promotion's always the key. You know, we want to be playing in the Welsh Premier League. There's teams up there we think we compete, and there's teams we think we'd like to hope we compete with. So winning the Welsh Women's League will always be the primary target for our senior side. Always. That'll be what the club will set. That'll be what the players will want to set as well. But yeah, definitely getting promoted up there to play in the top tier of women's football in Wales is always the goal for our senior side.
Yeah, create a community and build on that, build on it.
Really?
In 5 years' time from here, just be the start of something really special.
Yeah, we'd like to think so. The club seem to think that way. And the players we've got in our junior ranks now, once they start filtering through to that first team, well, they've already started, but the more they end up coming in, the stronger the team will be, the more competitive the squad will be. The sky's the limit with this club. You know, the coaches put in the work, the people behind the scenes put in the work, so the players can go and perform. You know, we try and give the best surroundings and environment we can, and we'd like to think in the next 5 years we would be competing up there. Absolutely, yeah.
Exciting times.
All right, that's a little chat. We're gonna
That's it.
switch this off, and we're gonna talk more football then after this.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Nice, I like the report.